Have you considered that one of your biggest fears might be that you are afraid of yourself? I kind of understood that like deeply the other day in my system, and kind of was awoken from this illusion. And the illusion being that I would think I was afraid of other people quite a lot of the time. I was telling myself I was afraid of their reaction. I was afraid if they were going to attack me. If I said or did the wrong thing, it was going to provoke them and I was going to then be under attack. I was afraid of hurting them. And if I did the wrong thing, then I would hurt somebody else. And all these fears making me think that I was afraid of other people and what they thought of me and their reaction. And I had this really funny realization that kind of revealed this truth that was actually my biggest fear is of me. My biggest fear is that I'm actually afraid of myself. I'm afraid of what I do to myself. And it was, I would beat myself up. I would make myself small. I would kind of attack myself, berate myself, and almost like worry and shrink in fear of what I pretended that somebody else was going to do that hadn't even happened yet. All the while, I was the one doing the attacking, being mean to myself, putting myself down, telling myself I couldn't, all of the stuff, out of like this trick of the mind that told me that I was perceivingly afraid of other people, but it wasn't that. I was just totally afraid of myself and what I was doing to myself, harbouring all of this guilt, shame, toxic thought. And I went, fucking hell, I'm just afraid of me. I'm doing all of this to me. So I went, what would it feel like in my system to not be afraid of myself? To get out of my own way and actually realise that I'm not afraid of anyone else. I don't really give two about their opinions. And really, they can think anything they like of me. I don't actually care. What I really care about is what I think of me. It's what my values and belief systems tell me that I'm being a good person, I'm being okay, I'm being nice, I'm behaving how I should be behaving. And when I challenge my own boundaries and belief systems, that's when I go, I care about what I think based on my view of the world. If somebody has a different view of the world, I'm not so bothered. I'm like, okay, that's your difference of opinion. Okay, never mind. And I went, wow, there's still so many parts of you that are fixed and rigid and don't pivot and kind of box myself in with my own values and belief systems. I've kind of gone, whew, let's take that off and just be in the love and the presence and the understanding of myself rather than be afraid of me, my own opinion and my own what I would perceive as not in line with my truth. Yeah, because I've worked on my understanding of the multiverse for kind of so many years, I have a very high opinion and regard and think, yep, I've got all of these perspectives and I've chosen the most effective ones for me. But in doing that, have almost like such high standards for myself that the fear was of me. That I would be stepping over my own standards. And I give myself such a hard time. And I went, this year I'm going to get out of my own way. Don't need to be afraid of myself anymore. I can love myself a little bit more in 2022. So I wanted to share that in the hope that it will ease somebody else, and and you think, I wonder if I'm in my own way as well. I think we all do it in different ways. But occasionally we can blindside ourselves and not realise. Rupi chai.